No, 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 ow! Ow! Is your marketing a lot like being dressed as Batman and bullfighting? My name's Charles. My name is Charles. I'm the owner of Snyder Marketing, LLC. And since the beginning of the year, since January 1st, 2020, I have talked to about 24 business owners. And a common thread that I've seen so far this year and last year, actually, is it seems like business owners have this conception. As business owners, we get stuck in our head. We're all wrapped up about the product or the service, the name of the business, the image, stuff like that. But one of the things we seem to really miss, and I'm even guilty of this myself, a number of years ago. I know better now, but we're all, to one degree or another, guilty of ignoring the fact that marketing is a very essential part of any business, particularly our own business. Because the thing that keeps that business alive, our business, my business, your business, everybody's business, is sales. Without sales, you got nothing. And the only way to get sales is by getting referrals or advertising. That's pretty much it. And sooner or later, the referrals dry up or they're not consistent, especially as a DJ. When I was a DJ for 20 some years, one of the things I found was referrals. I got a lot of referrals, but they weren't consistent. I wasn't working steadily throughout the year. Made it very hard to be a full-time DJ with inconsistent sales. I knew what the problem was back then. I didn't know how to solve it. I know how to solve it now. That's why I do marketing and I'm no longer a DJ. Because that's what we do. I mean, that's what this is all about. Everyone seems to kind of miss out on this whole concept that marketing creates sales. And even the big businesses like Coca-Cola, Chrysler, Ford, GM, I hate to even mention their name. Well, I'll just say like the sneaker company that supports Colin Kaepernick and any other business you can think of. Yellow Pages, AT&T, Verizon, Communist Cast, they all advertise. They all market for more sales because they know that's where the bread and butter is. They're in the business, like Communist Cast is in the business of screwing over customers for cable services. But they know the only way they're going to get more customers is by marketing to get more sales. And I mentioned this in the written article that goes along with this video, is if you had a way where you could turn $1 into $3 or $5 or $10, whatever the case may be, how much money would you stick into that? Me personally, I know marketing creates $3, $5, $7 for every dollar I put into it. So I put as much money as I can into it. That's why I divulge or reveal in this article I wouldn't say it's like a pet peeve, but it's just trying to set the record straight. I don't think I did a very good job doing that. Perhaps in these sales consultations is because the general concept seems to be when they come to me for marketing and advertising, they seem to think that they can get thousands of dollars worth of sales for no money at all. I'm not sure where this concept came from, but it doesn't work that way. For example, for the past 6 years, I've invested 10 to $12,000 every single year for the past 6 years, going on 7, to learn everything I can about digital marketing, social media, automation, etc., etc. That's just for the education part of it. And another thing is I spend another about another 7,000, 7,500 a year on services that we use for, web hosting, landing pages, automation, integration, messenger, our messenger bot hosting, all that stuff. It all costs money to do that. So to think that you're going to get, you're going to be able to retire from your full-time job to become a, full-time entrepreneur on, $50 a month or something like that in advertising, that's just, it's absurd. It doesn't happen. I know the internet's full of story. You'll see lots of stories about this guru says this or that guru. They tell their life stories. They just started making videos on YouTube and now they're doing it full time. That's not the common concept. Most people don't, that doesn't happen for most people. Most people have to spend money to get sales. Now, preferably, they have it set up that, the money that they're spending is less than what they make from the sales. That's the whole concept. Return on investment, $1 to get $3. What I really want to get to here is the concept that you can get, you can suddenly walk away from your day job because you're not spending anything on, you're spending peanuts to make hundreds of $100,000 a year. It doesn't add up. And I see a lot of business owners that want high ticket customers, but they're on a low ticket or no ticket advertising budget. Yes, the company name sounds great. You got to have a website, but the concept that you can do this for, pocket change is, it blows my mind. And it doesn't happen for most people. That's the whole reality check of this, is that it doesn't happen that way for the vast majority of people. 99% of business owners don't become YouTube stars and able to retire from their full-time job for no reason at all. Customers don't just fall out of the sky. You have to find them. And it kind of goes back to the main point of the article. And the article states that you got to have distribution. And distribution is simply names, emails, and phone numbers. At the very basic, that's distribution. And just kind of, the backpedal a little bit here. All fame is manufactured. Just ask the record labels, the movie companies, etc. All fame is manufactured. It all comes from distribution, having a list of an audience to market to. So unless you're coming into your business, whatever your business may be, unless you already have a list of, 100,000 names or a million names or more, you have to pay to advertise to someone else's audience. And that costs money. You have to pay, you have to invest in your business to advertise to someone else's audience. Or you can do it the smart way, the way I've been trying to teach, is build your own audience, build your own list, develop your own distribution. Because once you have a distribution list, we'll say 1,000 people, once you have 1,000 people on your distribution list, you can market to them people for little or no money anytime you want. But you got to get them on your list in order to do that. So the bigger your list, the better off you are, and you can market to them anytime you want. That list is gold. And unless you have a list, you have to start building a list. And I've talked to a handful of businesses that are basically just getting started out. They might, most of them have a website, most of them have a social media page, but they have no infrastructure built out. They have no automation. They have no way of capturing names, emails, and phone numbers and keeping them in a database that they can access whenever they want. They don't have automated emailers going out. They don't have autoresponders. They don't have messenger bots. They don't have customer relations tools, systems, and personnel set in place to capitalize on this. And if you don't have that, it costs money. So one of the things I do, and in particular, I talk to a couple business owners that really don't have any of this fleshed out for their business. So essentially, what we're doing is we're talking about building out your business completely, fully the way it should be in order to build your list, to create gold. That costs, that takes time, takes money, takes expertise, takes software. And that shit doesn't come cheap. It's not free. That's what we're in business to do. If we have to build your business, it costs. So one of the things that I've always tried to impress upon people is if you want to build your list, you should expect to pay about $1,000 a month minimum. I recommend business owners have at least $1,000 a month to put into marketing so that they can get the sales. Because the bottom line is the people, your referrals and stuff, they're going to dry up. Just having a website up, it's not enough. Trying to reach people organically on Facebook doesn't work anymore. They killed that 2 years ago. And most of the other social media platforms are also following suit. Which is a good thing because now there's a whole lot less noise and you can pay a little bit to get heard by a lot of people. But it still costs money. So you can spend tens of thousands of dollars to do all this on your own, or you can hire us for a fraction of the cost to build it for you. That's what we do. We do this whole marketing thing to help out businesses because it's a lot of work involved in this. So if you're interested in getting more customers, as opposed to being a rodeo clown dressed as Batman, it's good for a few laughs, but the bottom line comes down to, do you want more customers or do you want to be a rodeo clown? Smart money says most people want more customers. So realize that the way to do that is to invest in marketing. I recommend having at least $1,000 a month budget to do your marketing, because marketing and advertising it's not a hard science. Yes, there's certain steps that you got to follow. It's all about creating conversations and being social. But almost no one hits a home run the first time out. And there's other things called, like ad fatigue and stuff like that. It's the same old message. There's a lot of skepticism out there. There's a lot of posers out there, all posting or advertising the same message. And people are, they become insensitive to it. They ignore it. So you got to be a little different. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work to get it figured out. Or Like I said, the alternative is become, dress up as Batman and you become a rodeo clown and record that and post that shit on YouTube or something. But anyway, that's the bottom gist here. If you want more customers, if you're a smart marketer, which I think you are, I mean, after all, you're watching my videos. If you're a smart marketer and you want more customers, click on the banner below and we'll set up a conversation to talk about how we can get you customers and get a return on your investment, because marketing is an investment in your company to get more sales.